Good afternoon, my friends. It's 3:03, Friday, November the 12th, exactly. And today, right now, we're going to talk about sugar. Just hang on, I'm just going to get my curtain fixed up here. Sorry about that. It's really sunny out there now, and yeah. Anyway, we're going to talk about sugar. Um, for starters, I'm going to talk about these two products. Kraft Dinner Mac and Cheese, which is a new product, and KD. I had the Cheetos mac and cheese early on, oh, not early on, yesterday, I should say. And I find very interesting the difference in ingredients here. For one thing about the mac and cheese, Cheetos one, both of them are very similar in ingredients. Um, they're different in fat content, and the sugar content is very different between them both as well, between Cheetos and the Kraft Dinner as well. For instance, per 85 grams of the Kraft Dinner prepared, not dry form, but prepared with everything you have put in, both of them come up, well, the Cheetos come up to 420 calories. Kraft Dinner comes to the 460 calories. And I'm talking about the Kraft Dinner original. It's kind of, a little bit more calories, but what can we do? For the fat content in Cheetos, mac and cheese, it's a little bit higher than the Kraft Dinner original. It's 6 grams of fat, whereas the Kraft Dinner original is only 2.5 grams of fat. Another big difference between the two. When it comes to sodium, there's 770 milligrams in the Cheetos, 38% of your recommended sodium intake. And there's enough sodium so when you eat this, you have to be careful throughout the day about eating high sugar products. That's 38%. Think about it. You have 38% of sodium in this mac and cheese serving. Then you have another 15%. That's going to be then you have another meal, 30%. Before you know it, you have a few more meals, snacks, way over 100% of your sodium intake, for instance. The Kraft Dinner has 560 milligrams of sodium, 34%, a little bit less. If you're watching your sodium, the best thing to do is go for Kraft Dinner Original. The best thing to do. The Cheetos, though, it's a little bit, it's more, so avoid that. Not much more, but still, When it comes to sugar, however, Cheetos is only 6 grams of sugar. It doesn't give a percentage on the box how much the 6 grams of percentage you have for the day, which is interesting. I don't know why it doesn't give you the percentage of the sugar you need per day. But the Kraft Dinner is 11 grams of sugar, 16% of sugar intake per day, apparently. So Kraft Dinner is a little bit more higher in sugar and gives you a percentage on their box cover, which is kind of weird. Yeah, there's a lot of other ingredients here. Protein-wise, they're both the same. There's a few other ingredients here that are very similar. I could go into that and go on and get a little boring there, but what's the sense of doing that? Anyway, that's about between these two products here. Now, everyone's different. Like if you're watching your sodium, there's one you go more than the other. And when it comes to sugar, same thing. Check the ingredients and so forth about your health needs. Or if you want to watch your sugar intake or sodium intake, you have to just just keep calculating everything. Um, let's take a look at all these other things here too. You like having jam on your toast in the morning? Well, check this out. Section jam over here. You want to put a bit of jam on your toast? Tablespoon of jam on your toast? You know how much sugar that is, my friends? That is a whopping 10 grams of sugar right there. So I have this on sale. I might give this away to somebody because the main thing is I have to watch my sugar and my cholesterol's kind of up. So I really have to watch my sugar. So this is going to go to somebody. I'm not going to have that. Even spaghetti sauce, believe it or not, people. Da-da-da-da, spaghetti sauce. No name brand. You know how much sugar is in this one? You're not going to believe it. You'll be surprised. Not 2 grams, not 3 grams, not 4 grams. A whopping 8 grams of sugar in the spaghetti sauce alone. 8 grams. Almost 10 grams, 8 grams of sugar. Which is absolutely crazy per half a cup, 125 milliliters you put in spaghetti sauce. You have all that sugar in here too. Now, I know people put sugar in their spaghetti sauce when they're doing homemade recipes. But if you want to have your spaghetti sauce a little bit sweeter, don't put sugar in. Another good alternative is put cinnamon in your spaghetti sauce. It gives it a nice little, it cuts the edge and it makes it a little sweet as well. So if you're watching your sugar and spaghetti sauce and you're cooking at home, make your own, and instead of putting sugar in, best thing to do is use cinnamon. Best thing to use. And yeah, I'm 50 years old now, and my blood sugar is 38. My level is 38. 40 is pre-diabetic, which is a warning sign. So I can't have any more chocolate cake, too much, and so forth, and all that jazz. Are we ready for number 2? Spread. Peanut butter. And guess how much sugar is in this baby? Is it more than jam or is it less than jam? Give it a go. Two grams of sugar in this peanut butter. It's not that much. I thought there was going to be more sugar than the jam, to be honest. It's actually more higher in, it's not even that high in the sodium. Well, it's not that high in sodium either. So surprisingly, it's not too high in sodium and it's not too high in sugar. I thought it'd be more sodium in this one, to be honest, but it's not that bad. So that's very surprising for me. And here's one that a lot of people like to spread on their things. I don't like it. I'm going to give this away. I never use it. I'm going to give it to somebody. It's not opened. Cheese Whiz. And guess how much sugar is in this baby? 5 grams. 4 grams. 2 grams of sugar in this Cheese Whiz. That's not so bad. And when it comes to sodium, a little bit more. There's 210 milligrams, which is 9% sodium. It's a little bit more than the peanut butter, but the sugar's not as bad as people might think. You have to think about sugar and sodium. The more older you get, especially when you go past 40, and you don't want to get diabetes in your 50s. When you turn 50. Here's another one. A spread you can put in your roast beef or your whatever meal you want. Saint-Hubert Gravy Mix Brown. I haven't used it yet. I might use it. And the good thing about this baby, you know how much sugar there is in this baby? 5? No. 4? No. 3? No. How about 2? Is there 2 grams of sugar in this baby? No. 1 gram? Not even 1 gram of sugar in this baby. 0 grams of sugar in this. So this is good for sugar. Sugar, if you're concerned with sugar, this is the one to get. If you're concerned with sodium, sodium is another big thing. The sodium intake is 280 milligrams, which is 12% sugar intake on your meal. If you put 5.1 grams onto your meal, more sodium than you need, no sugar at all. Depends on your health needs and your concerns and so forth. And here's another surprise little visitor here I want to show you guys. Even unsurprised me because it's good in chili and breakfast or whatever. I got some kidney beans here. And we know we all love kidney beans and chili. It's going to be cold out. We're going to have chili a lot. We're going to use a lot of these babies in our chili recipes. But remember spaghetti sauce, I told you about the sugar is pretty high in the spaghetti sauce. And believe it or not, in this particular product of kidney beans, there was a whopping 6 grams of sugar in this. It doesn't say percentage anyway, but 6 grams of sugar. Plus, let's say you put this sauce in here too. 6 grams of sugar, plus another 6 grams of sugar in this. That's 12 grams of sugar right there. You put these two combo. When it comes to other beans, like let's say brown beans or whatever, chances are they're probably going to be in sugar too. So do the math. That's like 12 grams of sugar plus another 6 grams of sugar, another can of beans probably. That's going to be like 18 grams of sugar right there. Plus plus another few other ingredients going to put in. That's going to be like almost 20% at least of sugar in your chili. So you have to put that in account as well. There's more sugar in products than you think. Even this, I am surprised there's sugar in here. I can't believe it. That's interesting. And now for all you drinkers out there, we're going to talk about sugar in wine. It's going to be a good one. You guys are going to love this. Okay, when it comes to wine, you have to always check the label. The LCBO and the wine rack now have that, which is good. You'd be surprised how much sugar there is in some products. From one, I used to drink bodacious wine about, how long ago was it? 8-10 years ago, I used to drink bodacious red wine, smooth red wine. And it shocked me how much sugar there is in that, actually. There is a whopping 25 grams of sugar per liter in that wine. Hence the sweet kind of taste. Bodacious red, smooth red wine. I used to drink that all the time. I totally cut that out. No more for me, and I can't have that anymore. I can't risk it. And when it comes to another kind of wine that's pretty okay in sugar, try the Solo Nero red wine. It's only 3 grams a liter. 3 grams of sugar per liter for that wine. Now that wine's okay. What they have now, and this brought out recently, people, if you want a no sugar wine that's pretty okay, try the Basque. Try the Basque wine. I have a bottle of it here, actually. I had that a few weeks ago. Basque. 0 grams of sugar. As you can see, even has the ingredients back here. It tells you it's 160 calories. It's 12.5% in alcohol. And it has, it just tells you the ingredients in the back of this wine. Basque, 0 grams of sugar. And that's the wine I will tend to go for now, since I have to be watching sugar. I do not want to go to stage 40 and get my blood sugar up to 40 and then be pre-diabetic, which is going to be really risky and bad for me. Just turning 50, I found that out. And in your 40s, it's best to take care of that and nip it in the bud before you become at my stage. I'm lucky I'm at 38, so I really have to watch my sugar intake, wines and all. That's the thing I have to think about. Because sugar is a killer, you know. It's really a big killer. Like, it's amazing. So check out the sugar content in the wines at the store. Like if you have to have sugar in there, you can have it once in a blue moon, but be careful. You don't want to get your sugar intake up too much. Just don't indulge in it too much. That's very important. That's a very important thing. The thing about sugar, the maximum sugar you guys want to have. Well, I have the generalities of it. For women, the maximum amount of sugar you can have per day is 24 grams of sugar for a woman, which is basically 100 calories a day of sugar, which equals about 6 teaspoons of sugar for a woman. That's the maximum sugar that you can have. I'm not sure exact weight gain. I imagine around my weight, I guess, 130. I'm 130. I imagine doesn't have to find out more about that. That's just generally speaking, not overweight and so forth and all that. For a man, it's best not to have 36 grams of sugar per day, which is 9 teaspoons or 150 calories worth of sugar. Again, I'm going to have to elaborate on this. I'm just giving you generalities, like not to go beyond, But every age group and every weight is different, and every health issue is different. My health issue, I can have to have less than that probably because of my blood sugars at 38. I'll look more into that, but this is generally speaking for the general population, those who don't want to have the health risk. What sugar could do for you though, like it's good to have sugar once in a blue moon. Oh, really? Yeah, ragu is really high in sugar too. It tastes sweet, doesn't it? 8 grams of sugar. Just check the ingredients of every spaghetti sauce. And I think maybe I make my own tomato sauce probably myself, to be honest, since I have to watch my sugar intake these days. 26% sodium. My God. I remember ragu tastes really sweet. And I think preg was really sweet too. I haven't had preg in a while. Um, I thought I smelled some burning. Sorry, no, nothing. It's just my imagination. Never mind. Anyways, yeah. You know what sugar can do for you people? Like you can gain weight if you have too much sugar. Gives you weight gain. It ages you more. You get more wrinkles in your face and so forth and all that. You risk it. You put up your risk for diabetes more, which is why I have to take it easy. 38. It was 37 a year ago, or 36. My doctor said. So in a year, it's now 38, and I have to really watch it. I'm going to see a dietitian and everything too, just to make sure I'm eating properly and so forth. Oh, and people, do you know that when you have too much sugar, it can increase your depression rates as well? You can get more depressed and so forth too. And it also increases your chance for heart disease if you have too much sugar. Now, these things are kind of scary. Like, I love sugar. I used to love sugar and everything. As I grew older, I had less sugar. When I was working in warehouse, I had a lot of sugar. I worked 40 hours a week. I worked overtime, hard physical job. Only got 5 hours sleep basically at night most of the time, 4 hours sometimes if I was not in the greatest of shape. So what I did, I had a lot of Gatorade, had a lot of coffee with sugar in it just to keep up work. That probably contributes to my high blood sugar content before I quit my job in July. And it hasn't got much better either. Yeah, the older we get, our blood sugar can spike up and everything. That's the thing. I got to really take care. I haven't been taking care of my health during my job too. Mainly coffee and sugar, lots of fried foods and fast food actually. I didn't cook much because I rarely cooked. I came home and just cooked out and fell asleep at 7 p.m., 8 p.m., got up again at 4:30 in the morning. So I didn't have the greatest diet, I don't think. That's why my cholesterol's up probably too. And next time we're going to talk about cholesterol and everything in products and so forth. We're going to do some research and stuff and write some notes and do a script. But yeah, sugar is the scary enemy for me. Just turned 50, and the last thing I want to do is be diabetic at 51, 52. So this has to be nipped in the bud. Drink more water and so forth. I also want to talk about cholesterol, which my cholesterol is up too. Um, but right now, all I really want to talk about is sugar and the dangers of sugar. Um, I'll talk about a lot of things in the future about these kind of issues, especially when we're getting our 40s and 50s. And also, I'm going to talk about vitamin D, since it's getting, since daylight saving time is getting longer nights and shorter days, and that's going to contribute to depression and cabin fever. So I'm going to do a stream about that, about vitamin D and all kinds of ways to decrease your depression, and also the danger of have those UV lights in your apartment. Not sure everyone has those anymore. Apparently, if you have that light in your place in your exposure too long, the lights you have for the to mimic the sun in your apartment, you have too much of that, you can develop bipolar condition. I've heard from somebody who developed that by having that too much. I'm not sure that's 100% true, but I plan to look into that a little more. And it's kind of interesting to hear about that. He claimed that. I think his doctor told him that, and he was a therapist. And he was a private investigator first and became a therapist, and then he developed bipolar. He was told by his doctor that probably the sun lights in his apartment that caused the bipolar. Now, I'm not sure what the connection is about that, but if you do have that in your place, be careful to not too much exposure. Apparently, it is risk giving you developing bipolar. Apparently, I heard about that a bit, but I didn't look into it. And actually, have you ever heard about that, Dave? About those indoor sunlight lights that can cause bipolar in some people? Apparently, it's a thing, and I'm going to look more into that. I'm not sure if it even exists anymore. That was like, how long ago was that? That was a long time ago. That was over 10 years ago. Back when they had the shopper drug mart healthcare centers, they had sold those. I remember that. That was a long time ago. That must have been 15 years ago. So I'm not sure if those are in existence anymore at all anyway. But yeah. Take a lot of vitamin D instead. That's another thing about my health. My vitamin D is down. Hence the depression I go through on and off, possibly. Plus maybe the high blood sugar contributes to depression on and off as well too, among other things. So I'm increasing my vitamin D. You have from me a doctor what, Dave? You doctor vitamin D or about the sunlight lights that can cause bipolar? Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of things you never know that can cause damage to our system. Even the 3D TVs, they didn't last very long. God knows what they did to us. Maybe they did some damage to some people. I never heard anything about 3D TVs. If that was just a fad or I don't know. I don't know if that was a fad or what, or something it did to our health or our eyes or whatever. We have back. It's amazing how TVs have changed over the years too. I'm not sure why 3D TVs have faded out. And now there's VR, virtual reality. I had a few people try that out and literally get dizzy and fall down. Somebody who tried it was nauseous 15 minutes and so forth after. Can cause a lot of problems too, I imagine. I don't know. I might try it one of these days, the VR. And yeah, you never know. It'll be fun. The lights and vitamin D3. Yeah, the lights. Yeah. So it is true about developing bipolar of the lights. Yeah. And vitamin D3, I have to take that all the time too. So I took one today early on. I'm going to take one tonight. I'm taking my calcium and magnesium as well. Since I turned 50, I have to make sure my bones stay strong and so forth. We don't want to get osteoporosis later on in life as well. I have to take that. And thus, even better, I'm going to be seeing a dietitian soon too. I have to get my cholesterol down, so I have to add up garlic in my diet. And yeah, what else can we do? We have to take care of ourselves, take care of our body, and I'm going to keep a diet diary now. about what I eat and give it to my dietitian and so forth. Um, Hopefully, there's going to be no more lockdowns or anything for COVID-19 later on. Hopefully not. I hope not. But let's hope. Anyways, I just want to talk about the sugar issues right now in society and just touch base on a few other things. But for now, that's all I'm going to talk about. I'm just charging my little earplugs. I'm going to head out and do another stream, upload it later. And yeah, I'm going to focus more about health things and issues happening in the winter that we can take care of ourselves better physically. And then we'll talk about a few other things when it comes to my culture and so forth a bit later on and so forth. And all kinds of goodies. Okay, well, anyways, I'm going to take off. My earphones should be charged. Yeah, they're charged now, my earplugs. And I'm going to head out before it gets dark. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do stream. I have a few plans and areas to go. And I'm trying to find out about some certain areas and so forth. Anyways, yeah. Have a nice evening, my friends. Happy Friday. Have fun, but not too much fun, you know what I mean. Take care.